and welcome to the BubbleGunk Studio Update. This week I've been working on making reusable fabric masks to aid in the COVID-19 outbreak. I've been inspired by my fellow fashion designers and seamstresses all around the country who are answering the call to join the homemade mask making brigade. There's a lot of discussions on masks in the midst of this crisis, and not everyone is in agreement about their effectiveness. In my talk, it is my aim to provide some context to what is happening and how homemade masks fit into the picture. Hospitals are having shortages of N95 masks. These are the ones that filter particles from the air and are most effective in protecting frontline health workers from getting infected with COVID-19. These masks require some training to be able to apply them properly and are not fully effective if they don't have a full seal around the face. Homemade masks function much more like surgeon's masks in the sense that they contain the germs of the person wearing them and prevent others around them from getting sick. Homemade masks are most effective for people who are sick to prevent them from spreading the disease to those around them. When faced with a mask shortage, some kind of mask is better than no mask, and that's why homemade masks are useful in this time. When it comes to protecting an individual from COVID-19, a mask's effectiveness is only as good as the wearer's ability to follow proper procedures when applying, wearing, removing, and sanitizing the mask. Homemade masks aren't ideal in the medical setting, but they can ease up the demand in non-critical settings so that more N95 masks are available for the people that need them. In fact, if you are in possession of an N95 mask, I highly recommend that you donate it to a local hospital because that's where they need them the most. Choosing a pattern. Here are some things to look for in a good pattern. A moldable nose piece, an opening for a filter fabric insert, adjustable ties. I chose to use a pattern by Seattle designer Jersey Virago. She has been making couture masks for years, and she recently posted a video tutorial on her page showing her followers how to make their own masks to protect themselves and others throughout this outbreak. This pattern suits my needs for the following reasons. It has both the nose piece and the filter insert, as well as adjustable ties. It is designed for stretch fabric, which is mostly what I have laying around the studio. In fact, the negative space for my thongs is perfect for this pattern piece, so I was able to utilize most of my jersey cotton scraps that I use for my novelty underwear to start making masks out of. And again, the adjustable straps allow for a better fit, as opposed to the ones that loop around the ear, which are not comfortable to wear over long periods of time. This week I've been cutting and batch sewing these masks in a variety of print fabrics. You cannot buy these masks from me, and they're not for sale. I'll be donating these masks to places where there are mask shortages, as well as individuals who need them. And these include the following: medical facilities that will take them, nursing homes, wellness services, workers who have to interact with the public, individuals who are high risk, sick themselves, or taking care of someone who is sick. If you or anyone you know is in need of a reusable face mask, please feel free to reach out to me so I can find a way to get these to you. In order for masks to be effective, it is crucial that we are vigilant about following proper procedures when it comes to applying, wearing, removing, and sanitizing reusable face masks. If you are going to be making these masks to donate, it is important that you use clean materials in a clean facility, free of allergens like smoke, pet hair, and anything else that might be agitating for someone's respiratory system. I would even recommend giving all of your final pieces a nice hot wash to sanitize them before putting them into sealed Ziploc bags for distribution. I also recommend giving them in multiples of 3. One to wear, one to wash, one to use as a backup in case the one you are wearing gets contaminated. Application. Keep your clean mask in a sterile Ziploc bag. Wash your hands, then your face. Adjust the mask to a proper fit, and once you have it fit, don't touch it. Wear. Wearing a mask does not in any way excuse you from the importance of washing your hands and not touching your face. Once your mask is in place, do not touch it because your hands will contaminate it. You won't be able to eat or drink without carefully removing the mask and reapplying it or swapping it out altogether. The biggest risk with misusing cloth masks is self-contamination. One suggestion is to wear a scarf over your mask to prevent contaminated droplets from landing on the exterior of your mask, therefore prolonging the mask's use and increasing its effectiveness. Removal. Before removing the mask, wash your hands. Untie the mask from the back and remove it from your face from the inside. Avoid touching the outside of the mask. Once the mask is removed, store it in a closed container, such as a paper bag, until it can be properly sanitized or disposed. then dispose of the container. Wash your hands and then your face. Sanitize. Launder your mask in hot water and soap to kill the virus. Store it in a clean container until its next use. As soon as your mask is showing wear, dispose of it. Filter fabric. Adding extra layers of filter fabric will always increase the effectiveness of your mask. In the tutorial, Jersey Virago suggests using 3 different types of filter fabric. One is a paper towel that has been wetted and then dried, medical gauze, and then the woven fabric from the inside of a diaper. Other suggestions I've heard are cotton fabric, pillowcases, and antimicrobial pillow batting. Some suggestions I've heard that I wouldn't recommend are vacuum filters, because they're not very breathable, and HEPA furnace filters, which I also wouldn't recommend because they can contain fiberglass. Both of these products are not meant to be respiratory filters and could be a little risky if you're putting them up to your face. So, what can we take away from this? Wearing a mask to prevent COVID-19 infection is not as effective as washing your hands, keeping surfaces clean, not touching your face, and most importantly, social distancing. If you are sick or caring for someone who is sick, you should wear a mask. And if you're going to wear a mask, educate yourself on how to properly use it to prevent self-contamination. I hope you found this talk informative, and be sure to tune in next time for the next BubbleGunk Studio update.